Hello gamers, welcome back to another DSP video. As I said in the last video I recorded, that's uploading as I'm doing this video, I am going to react to DSP reacting to the gamer nominations. I did not look, I think I saw one image by accident, it was against my will. I did not look it out. I was in a Discord and people were already talking about it, but all I saw I paid attention to was Astrobot. And that was it, that's all I got spoiled on. Other than that, this will be a cold reaction. I just started, as I was setting up, the last thing I heard DSP say before I rewinded the stream was pronouns, so I'm excited. Obviously, he's gonna cry about pronouns because pronouns are scary and they're evil, even though we use them in everyday speech. But whatever. Let's get into it. Let's watch the guy talk about the video game awards. All right, let's go. Let's fucking go. Wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Now I'm on the right screen.
Folks, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get to the topic at hand. We're about 38 minutes in. Let's get to the topic at hand, shall we? What's the big news that everyone's talking about today?
38 minutes, gotta do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for
the Game
clipping
Awards nominees have hit. And just as I had predicted, the controversy is huge.
Huge, guys, huge. Everyone's talking about it. Biden has yet to put out a statement. Come on. I understand he's fucking old. I think he needs to address the nation about these gamer nominations. I think we need to put it up to a vote. We should definitely bring it to the Senate, bring it to the House, bring it to the Supreme Court Justice.
Right now, he's talking about it, and pretty much everyone's upset.
Everyone's upset.
So why is everyone upset? Well, because yesterday we had said that this year, for the first time ever,
it's full of liberals. No, never mind.
We're going to make DLC expansions and remaster/remakes eligible for Game of the Year.
Uh-oh.
And a lot of people were like, wait, what?
What?
Why would it?
All right, we don't need...
Because they're voted on 90% weighted by a jury. And if you don't know who the jury is, that's because no one does.
No one knows.
They hid who they are. But traditionally, the jury is a bunch of Jeff Keighley's buddies in the game industry, notably game journalists.
Again, does it even matter? In reality, does it matter if they told you who the jury is? Because regardless, they could say, Jeff has Donald Trump as a buddy, as a jury. People are going to say, oh, he's just a Jeff Keighley friend. Like, it doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck. It's such a moot point because honestly, at the end of the day, no one would be happy even if they knew. Whatever.
But when I say game journalists, I say that lightly because usually he gets people from all different kinds of media. The LA Times, Pride, online, like
oh
it's
my god,
literally like a gay pride.
Look how terrified he is to talk about Pride.com. I went to Pride.com. And it was whatever. It's a website. I mean, come on. It's just a website. It can't hurt you.
Kinds of media. The LA Times, Pride, which is an online, like, it's literally like a gay pride promotion website.
It's literally like a gay pride website. Wait, you're telling me a website called Pride.com is gay pride? I never would have known. I'm so glad DSP is like dropping the news.
Why are they voting on Game of the Year? Exactly.
Maybe they play games.
I'm saying? What he takes as his cross section of this is the jury, this is who should be voting. It's a very skewed audience. Okay. How
does he know what they like and dislike? Again, there's been games that weren't woke that got awards. FromSoft has gotten awards, and every time FromSoft has released a game, there's always debate about an easy mode. And every time you see people who like want easy mode, they're always talking about accessibility and this and that, right? Correct? But it's like, it's just a nothing argument.
Not representative of what actual gamers want. It's more representative of what Hollywood wants, what the media wants.
What?
And as we know, and this is factual, this is...
What the fuck is he talking about? what Hollywood wants? How does Hollywood dictate what they want in games? And again, you don't have to listen to Game Awards. They're a fucking award show. You can just turn off the TV and walk away.
Not me being biased either way. Hollywood and the media is skewed way to the liberal side.
Oh my god. Way to the left. Dude, so many stories have to like argue and fight their way to even just have like a woman as a main character half the time. Like, come on, it's not that woke. Just because it has like progressive themes doesn't even mean much. It's just, hey, the story is about this and like it resonates with people who happen to be progressive, correct? Or liberal. But these are just fucking movies and stories and whatever the fuck. Like, there's also stories that aren't fucking woke and liberal and shit. Come on.
So that's why you get games that usually are nominated. You're like, I never even heard of this game. Like, what are you talking about?
That is bullshit. How many Game of the Year awards have people said, I've never heard of this game? Oh, okay. Do I really need to go back to the other nominations to show? Because let's see, last year was Baldur's Gate 3. I think that was nominated, I believe. What else was nominated? Elden Ring. Horizon Zero Dawn. No, not Zero Dawn. Forbidden West. Spider-Man 2. No. Horizon wasn't last year, was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was last year. Spider-Man 2. Zelda. Yeah, these aren't like niche games. These act as if they are like Gone Home 2. Okay, man. Sure.
Why is this nominated for Game of the Year? And then you'll get a game that everyone liked and it gets snubbed. You remember last year when Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, fuck off! That game is fucking lame, man. It's just a boring open world RPG. He is still butthurt about fucking hog snorts? Come on! Come on! And you know what? Let's even approach this by the liberal media, right? The liberal left brain thought, right? Sure, you could argue about the J.K. Rowling baggage, but it also had a trans character in it. So wouldn't that also make people want to like it? Because I still see people who are liberal and Democrat and whatever still read Harry Potter and still like Harry Potter things anyway. There is like people who are still willing to look past the author about Hogwarts and all this, regardless. Some can't, whatever. It's a person by person basis with that. But this dude is so lame-brained to die on this stupid-ass hill of a bland fucking game no one even thinks about. He's the only person that's talking about it. The only person. And the kicker is, by the end of the game, he said it's dull and boring. Meanwhile, this year, we have Black Myth Wukong, a game he said started out good, like Hogwarts, and then by the end, it got repetitive and boring. Again, like Hogwarts, but he wants to die on the hill of Hogwarts Legacy. No one cares, Phil. No one cares about Hogwarts Legacy except for you. Not even the people who bought the game.
The game that literally sold more than Call of Duty, it broke records, was not eligible for the Game of the Year.
Yeah, because they don't judge it by sales! They don't judge it by sales, dumbass!
Or any of the awards. What?
Good!
Why?
Literally, if we start awarding games off of sales, I will never even bother watching the award show or even jokingly care or hate watch it or anything. The moment sales become a factor, fuck the Game Awards. But it's not the factor, stupid.
Because people in Hollywood, people in games media are liberal and they don't like the author of Harry Potter. They think
good, fuck her.
Conservative, very anti-progressive, and they hate her for it. So because of that, was J.K. Rowling, yeah.
Do you know what she said? Do you know, does he even know the issue people have with J.K. Rowling, or does he just know there's an uproar about her? The only thing he probably knows is the very surface level of she has said some transphobic things, but not what she said is transphobic or why the thing she's saying is transphobic. Just, I know that's what they said. Okay.
Rowling. So basically, that game was not nominated, even though it was the best-selling game of the year, and collectively everyone loved it who played it.
No, I've not seen a single person talk about the game outside of its release.
It's pretty sad because, as I've told you guys, increasingly more and more over the last several years, I've seen games become political. I don't want games to be political.
Oh my god, shut up! This fucking games are so political. It's such a fucking brain dead take. And at the end of the day, at best, the only thing I see some people are mostly arguing about or not liking about these political games is mostly just the token-esque characters that they made that they feel, oh, this isn't a real character, this is just a character to fit a checkbox and this and that. And again, that is a criticism, but it has fallen, that well of argument has been tainted by bad faith actors. So it's kind of hard to like really sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's a token character, because because when has it ever been done right then? And then when people bring up examples, it's always like, oh, they're just in the background, or they just say, or they're very platonic with sanitized for who they are as an identity or whatever. But it's like, other than that, that's all I've seen people bring up as far as political, at least from the people I've talked with. But it's like, as far as politics, games are political in the sense that the ones that want to tell a story about government corruption, like Metal Gear Solid, like those kind of stories are innately political because it's dealing with politics in a world that you can relate to. Or stories that are dealing with prejudices or stuff like that. Sure, it's political, and people may want to tell that story because it may resonate with other people, or maybe something that they want to like delve into and understand. Half the time, see, this guy, I get worked up about this a little bit, mostly because a lot of times when people make a story or they work on something, is that they want to either understand something about themselves, so they try to make a story about that, so they can either find an understanding or help or give someone else another understanding of something that they have a perspective on. I mean, that's why you have like games like Nier Replicant that has a very clever storytelling where you're fighting shades, and the second playthrough you start to understand what the shades are, and you're really seeing the weight of the stuff that you're doing and all this other stuff. Like, all that is because of that kind of storytelling that the creator put into that. That's why it's like, some people can argue video games are art. Not every game is art, sure, but the thing is, the Game Awards have also nominated games that aren't like trying to do that, like FromSoft games and shit like that, Zelda, Mario, whatever. But this guy is like, it's political, and it just dismisses and just writes off any like creative endeavor and just taints it with like a label. Like, come on.
I sit down to play a video game. I sit down to escape reality. I'm not here to play a video game to remember everything going on around me with politics. I just want to escape. When I'm playing Dragon Age,
this is so stupid. I sit here to escape, and this is that, blah blah blah, right? But again, there's more stuff going on in Dragon Age than just the fucking pronouns. Again, the scene is about apologizing and how to apologize if you misgender someone or use the incorrect pronoun. And it's such a small little scene that is innocuous, and it could be used for anything else. Honestly, there's a lot of stories that deal with like, oh, this character did something wrong and I'm gonna apologize by doing this other like thing, and no one bats an eye. But since this deals with pronouns, people are like, I can't believe it's doing this. But it's like, this is a scene that you could see it in something else, just done in a different way, or with a different issue, triggering an apology scene or whatever the fuck you want to call it. This isn't that like deep. It's not a deep scene at all. But then like, who is he to explain like what can and can't be in a video game? So if I'm making a video game, I have to think about, well, someone may not want this, so I have to make my vision something that he wants. But then meanwhile, this guy will go on his little dumbass podcast. The publisher forced the developers to make something that they don't want to make. You can have it both ways, dumbass. But if someone wants to have a scene where it deals with apologies, so what? Let it be. It's a nothing scene that lasts like a second. And it's a fine scene because it delves into the pirate character and how she apologizes to her friends or whatever the fuck. Like it's a nothing scene to cry about. And this guy's like, "They're shoving politics in my face, man." Like, dude, fuck off. So imagine, right? If we start having this mentality about straight relationships, guys, I just want to have a game and have a good time. Why do I have to be reminded that this guy might love this girl and they don't know if they can get married because of some like royal family dynamic that they don't want to like merge with this other family that's like their competitor or whatever the fuck. I mean, this is too political. I don't want that. I just want to sit down and play a game. And I want all games to be like that. But then he wants games to also be artistic. Like, if this is such a big deal to him, then why bother with Dragon Age? Why bother with game with story modes? Then just play Street Fighter.
Veilguard, I want to think about fighting dragons and necromancers and magic and knights and elves. I don't want to think about what's your pronouns. What the hell does that have to do with what I'm doing?
Because they're characters! They're characters in a fucking story! Half the time when you're writing a character, you have to kind of write stuff that works for the character. If the character has a certain pronoun that they want their friends to use or whatever, they would tell them, "Hey, this is my pronoun." And that's fine. Or they'd say the wrong one, they'd say, "Oh, that's not my pronoun, it's this." And then they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry for that," or whatever. Like, that would happen anyway. So how would he write a scene that has a non-binary character or a character that's gay or a character that's trans? How would DSP, a straight white guy, write a character like that? What would he know about a trans character? What would DSP know about that?
Video game and escape reality, right? But this is becoming increasingly worse, where over and over, these game developers and studios are pushing.
Because, but at some point, right, in order for there to be change or for something to be normalized, there has to be some kind of push to make it normal, to make people just accept that. Because before, was there a lot of gay characters in past games that weren't a butt of a joke? Like, every character, I'm gonna use Atlas, low-hanging fruit, I know, but Atlas has, like, a lot of the Persona games have a lot of, like, problematic jokes with gay characters, trans characters, women, all this stuff. And people are like, well, they have that, and it's a joke, whatever. But it can also be seen as offensive to other people, whatever. That's why when you see, like, Metaphor mention, there's none of that, and that's really cool. It's just, like, they're just saying, oh, this doesn't, like, do the lame anime trope of they're all in a bathhouse, and oops, the girls show up, and the guys are there, and it's like, they're gonna think that they're gonna peep on them. And it's like, how many times are we going to tell that joke and that kind of shit? Like, how many times have we seen that in the past and then that be accepted? But then the moment we want a character that's a serious gay character, non-binary or whatever the fuck, it is seen as, this is too political, guys. This is ruining, this is pushing an agenda. Like, come on.
Agenda into their games, okay? So it's becoming this big dichotomy. And what's happening is games at the Game Awards.
It's literally, by the way, it's literally one game. One game. One. Maybe Life is Strange also got nominated, but I don't think it did. I'm assuming it didn't. Dragon Age Veilguard is the only game that has a pronoun scene in it. Other than that, there's games that have just pronouns in the fucking character creator. Oh my god.
Snubbed more and more, and people are getting upset about it. Now, there is a popular vote that goes into
what got
it as a
snubbed?
factor, and also there is a gamer's voice where you can vote on what game you want to be Game of the Year. To give you an example, in 2020, the entire Game Awards awarded almost every award to The Last of Us 2, but then the Gamer's Choice all picked Ghost of Tsushima. Said, no, Ghost of Tsushima is a much better game. You guys are off base. You're out of your minds. But some years it's resounding.
But you know, this thing says, well, Last of Us 2 is it's a good game, and all this other shit. So then, how does he know it got nominated for liberal reasons? How does he know that? Was he there in the room when Jeff's like, guys, this is a liberal game. Biden loves this game. He told me so himself. We have to put it in. Like, come on.
Last year, all the jury picked Baldur's Gate 3, and the Gamer's Voice picked Baldur's Gate 3. So really, year to year.
So, is Baldur's Gate 3 woke? Is it woke? Is it liberal? Does it have liberal values in it? I mean, you can't... There is gay romance. DSP showed us that. He showed us the gay romance in it. Why didn't people revolt about that? Is that shoving an agenda? Like, whatever. Okay. Sure, buddy.
This year, 2024, is going to be a big year of contention and split. Because not only do we just have an American election that the pendulum swung from the left to the right.
With this election! Enough! It doesn't affect media in that way. If anything, if it did, we would see a bigger push for liberal themes. If that's the case. Oh my god, okay.
And all the conservatives just won all the spots in government, including the presidency. Okay? But now in games this year, we saw a huge
pendulum.
Shift
Okay,
having
bitch.
these liberal topics and things in games, and a lot of people aren't having it. So
what's gonna happen? Since there's all this liberal stuff, is the government gonna do something magically? They're gonna mandate video games to not have liberal themes? Like, what are we arguing here? And it's very ironic that this guy, who's probably, I'd assume, free speech, is insinuating that since we have a Republican government, we should like tone down the liberal themes. So we should make media cater to those in power. This dude's brain is fucking fascinating. He needs to be studied. So I guess his point of thinking is, since we had a Democratic government, we had Biden for 4 years. Media had to cater to the presidency for some reason. Somehow that affected everything in all video games, even though we have to ignore when game development starts for certain games and how long it takes. Let's ignore that. But now, since Trump is in office now, that means all the media has to cater to conservatives. That's right. No more women. Only white men and or just men, and they're just fighting for nationalism. That's it. Okay.
We knew the Game Awards were going to be a hot topic, but now we're going to take a look at these nominees.
All right,
and
let's take a look at the nominees.
Exactly what I was talking about yesterday. Here it is, Dark Side Phil on YouTube. Whoops, I misclicked.
Same joke every day.
So we're about to look at the nominees. In the meantime, thank you, Anthony, for a $5 super chat. However, Anthony is bringing up things about detractors being into lolicon. It's not really the topic I'm talking about.
Wow.
Right now, Anthony. We're talking about the Game
Cool.
Awards. But I appreciate your super chat. Thank
Do
you
you know
for
what?
that, Anthony.
Do you know what that is, DSP?
I
mean,
would prefer
I
not
don't
to
know why he's
distract
saying
my,
that when DSP
my
played
chat and
Three
talk
Houses
about
and he ended with
detractor lolicon fetish right now. Thank you.
that girl.
Okay, thank you for that, Anthony.
The goddess
I would
lady.
prefer not to distract my my chat and talk about detractor lolicon fetish right now.
Detractor
you, though.
lolicon
Okay.
fetish. I don't want to know what that looks like. I'm afraid to ask.
So, let's do it, shall we? Here it is. The Game Awards nominees for 2024.
All right, let's go. Let's fucking go.
What the hell?
Oh, come on, do a
I
joke.
clicked on nominees, and it went to player's voice. I didn't click on player's voice. I clicked on view all category. Wait, did it go to the wrong page? It did, didn't it?
Oh my god.
Nominee. It went to the wrong. Oh, I don't want to vote. I just want to see the nominees. Wow, this was a great website. Nominees.
Yeah, they should make it
View all
stupid
category.
proof.
What is going on?
Oh my god.
I swear to you, this site was working. Did they mess the site up? I think the site screwed up. This was working before.
It says vote now. Why doesn't he just go? There you go. He could have just done that.
Did the site go down?
Oh my god, dude.
No, it was glitched and not loaded. Maybe.
Oh my god, look at
this.
these woke games.
3 hours ago.
Astrobot?
So maybe a ton of people are flooding the site.
Oh,
I
Dragon
can see
Age
that
isn't even
happening.
nominated.
What I wanna
Wow. So what is the woke game this year? What game is woke? Is it? I guarantee you, he's gonna shit on Beltaro or whatever the fuck that game is. But the funny thing about that is that game. I've seen so many people bring that game up and talk about it. So it has to be nominated, correct? Because the gamers were talking about it.
To view all categories. Okay, here we are. So here's all the categories of the Game Awards. All right. Game of the Year, obviously. Best game direction, best narrative, best art direction, score and music, audio design, performance, which is from an actor or, mocap artist, innovation and accessibility, games for impact, best ongoing, and that's usually like an MMO or online game, best community support.
Why don't we just look at the nominees?
Best debut indie, best mobile game, best VR AR, best action game, best action adventure, which is weird. Action or action adventure difference. Best RPG, best fighting game. That'll be interesting. Best family game. Best sim and strategy game. Best sports racing. Best multiplayer. Best adaptation. Most anticipated game of next year. Content creator of the year. I can't wait to see that.
I bet.
Best esports game. Best esports athlete. And best esports team.
Let's call him
Player's voice, which doesn't start till December 2nd. All right?
All right.
So obviously, we want to go right ahead. And we want to look at Game of the Year. Okay? What games got the nod for Game of the Year? Are you ready? Astrobot.
Okay.
From Team Asobi.
Uh-huh.
Balatro from Local Thunk. Black Myth Wukong from Game Science.
Uh-huh.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Uh-huh. Okay.
From Software. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Square Enix.
I think he keeps looking at the data.
And way down here, which is weird. Why is it another row? Metaphor, Ray Fantasio.
Because look at the spacing, dummy!
Or Atlas. Now, I'm just gonna say this. The way they set this up, the first thing that happens when you open Game of the Year, what do you see? You see these 5 games. So you know what's gonna happen? Literally everyone's gonna click on the site. They're gonna go here and they're just gonna vote on these 5.
No. He can't be this dumb. He can't be this dumb. He can't be this dumb. How do you live every day? How do you get out of bed? You're telling me a grown adult or even a child would go on a website and not think to scroll? DSP, how stupid are you? It's so weird they set it up this way, man. They put Metaphor down here. Obviously, they don't want Metaphor to win, man. Obviously. Fucking find a bridge and figure it out.
No one's going to scroll down
and
realize that Metaphor is there. This is bad site design.
Oh my god.
Something where you're going to have...
I want DSP to just, like, drink bleach and then tell us, I thought this was water or some dumb shit. My god, this dude, it doesn't know shit about design, and he's saying, like, I would design a tape picture, and it would be like this, where you see everything. Dude, people can reasonably assume you would probably fucking scroll.
They all should be sitting next to each other. Or maybe it should be like, 3 and 3, not 5 and 1. I know this from my own polls that I've set up over the years. If you have something at the very end, no. He uses a built-in site poll. He didn't design that poll. YouTube did. And his nomination process is so dumb. Oh, we just put the name in the comments and I'll tally up how many people put in the same game. We just like the dumbest fucking system. Fucking shut up. You're the last person that should talk about this. It's not prominent. It never gets as many votes as everything else. So I think they kind of screwed it up there. Now, maybe if you zoom out, right, it'll actually... If you zoom way out to 67%...
So
I was on 100. This is normal zoom level. And on normal zoom level,
whatever.
Metaphor gets the shaft. So whoever designed their website, I'm sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just being honest. That's actually awful.
Because why would you think a person would scroll on a website?
Because of the way that they have set up this site.
Oh my god, this dude is...
The comment on these games.
Oh my god, I swear Cat's slowly killing him.
Yes, I did.
She has to.
Yes, I did. Did I 100% it? Almost. The things I didn't do were like you know, get the jackpot on the slot.
He's gonna be thinking about
machine
Baltaro
on
and
this
Black Myth
certificate. I got
Wukong.
every
I'm
collectible
calling
in the
it.
game that was like meaningful and
And
everything.
then he'll be the
So I played the
contrarian
heck
on,
out of
on
it.
Elden
I
Ring,
love
even though he likes Elden Ring.
okay?
He's gonna be a contrarian little baby
Balatro.
about it.
I have no clue what the hell this game is at all.
Yeah, here
I've
we
never heard of
go.
it. I don't know
It's a
what this is
memer
supposed
streamer
to be.
game.
Is it an indie game? I'm assuming it is. Now,
Memer streamer.
one person that I know said they played it and actually really like it, and that it's basically an indie game made by one person. Game of the year.
Dude, come on, Mr. Midnight Fight Express. He better like this game. He better say something. He better say it's cool that it got Game of the Year. This guy, if he doesn't say this is cool or whatever, and he's like skeptical about it, this guy can fall down a stage of stairs, and I'll clap. I'll clap for that.
An indie game made by one person that most people have never heard of and didn't play.
You know what? He's gonna be negative. He's gonna be negative. No one played it. I have seen more people talk about that fucking game than fucking Astrobot. The only time I've seen people talk about Astrobot is pretty much to shit on Sony for not being cool anymore or whatever the fuck.
Game of the year.
Okay. All right. What? I got a weird pop-up. I just want to make sure, this shit, I didn't change any setting. I don't know why the computer's being paranoid. It's like, OBS is doing something. It's like, yeah. I'm recording a video. I trust OBS. And you should too. Well, let's see if I could find it. Man, look at these fucking shorts. Oh my god. Will I even be able to find it?
What's up, everyone? Phil here with a short review. I just beat Midnight Fight Express. This game kicks ass. It's got everything you want in a great brawler. Amazing hand-to-hand combat, weapons, upgrades, gunplay,
so like
really
this.
Unique level design,
looks
awesome
like a different
enemies, and
person.
new things around every turn. There's shoot-'em-up stages. There's crazy puzzles. There's zombies. Everything you would want. An epic ending. A really great story. And to boot, the game was made by only one single person. I don't think I've ever played a game in my life designed by one person that played this well. I actually don't have a single complaint about the game. It's actually one of the best games I've played this year in 2022. So check it out, Midnight Fight Express. It's $20 right now on PlayStation.
You know, the way he looks like he's one of those people that's like so fat they're like in a chair and he's like reclined and he's like fat and he's just like, this is a good game. Like, he looks like one of those kind of people.
Network or Xbox Live, and if you're a Game Pass member, it's free.
Free?
Don't miss it, especially if you're a fan of beat-em-ups like Final Fight or Sifu. You're gonna love this game.
You could tell he did this because he was hoping this to get to be viral. But look at this guy. He praised the fuck out of this game for being one guy. It's made by one guy. It's so cool, man. This game's made by one guy. It got nominated. You know, one guy. Why didn't you just find a bridge already?
You know what this reminds me of? The Oscars. Why does this remind me of the Oscars? Because
I want
the Oscars, right?
Oh my god, I'm getting murderous intent from this guy. This guy is so stupid and such a piece of fucking shit. Anyone on the planet would say, oh, an indie game, game of the year, that's so cool. You know what's fucking insane? This guy will go on and say, it's a shame that indie games don't get any notoriety and does not get into game of the year because no one really gives indie games a chance, man. And indie game gets a spotlight and he's already shitting on it. This dude is insane. I can't with this guy.
There's like 10 movies that were the best movies of the year when it comes to like popularity, how many people saw them. How
And you know what? And you know what? This guy always shits on movies for people who like stuff for being popular. And what's he complaining about? Oh, they don't pick things that are popular. DSP, you're not popular, so why do people like you? Oh, they like me because I'm not popular. Fucking find a bridge. Find a bridge, drink some Clorox, and fucking swim or some shit. Fuck off. God damn.
They made it how many people talk about it.
Why is this like
And they
so
never get nominated
enraging?
for Best Picture, right? Almost never. It's always a bunch of indie films.
No, it's not.
that you've
No,
never
it's
heard.
not. No, it's not. I am a movie guy. I'm more of a movie guy than this fucker is. The Oscars, they pick like popular movies and shit like Spotlight, whatever. They never go indie. And they don't pick horror movies, they don't pick comedies sometimes, but you know, whatever. They don't go all indie. They just don't. They just don't. And this guy is sitting there like, you know, I watched Look Back, great movie. It's an anime it's anime, but it's so fucking good. I don't think this will even be nominated for animated short. It would fit the criteria because it's like an hour long, and that's usually like around the time that they allow. I doubt it's gonna be nominated because it never will. You know, all these indie movies always get snubbed sometimes. And this guy is like saying like, oh yeah, they always pick these indie movies. And you know what? This guy is a piece of shit too. The indie scene is so much better than like the AAA, and this guy says this too, and it means nothing to him. And he's like, oh, video games are an art form and indies should get the spotlight. They put a spotlight on the fucking indie game. This isn't popular. Why is it here? This is the kind of shit people hate. This fucking guy is ruining everything about media. This guy, if he had his way, we'd probably get fucking Marvel slop in the Oscars. We would get like fucking dull ass bullshit. This guy is garbage. Garbage.
What is it? What the hell? And then, you know, some movie wins, and then ultimately that movie finally gets watched because it won the Academy Awards, and people will go get it and watch it. But in this case, right? What is Balatro? And again, I'm not crapping on the game.
I'm not crapping on it, but why is it here? It's not popular. And you know, if anyone said that about him, he'd say they're shitting on him. Fucking shut up and fucking play video games or whatever the fuck you do.
There. Even if this is like,
and it's so ironic. It's so ironic. This guy was just crying. It's like, you if Dragon Age gets nominated, it's gonna be a riot. And then he gets Balatro, and he's just like, why is this here? Oh my god.
Best indie game of the year. Shouldn't it be in best indie of the year? How is this game of the year contender?
It's a video game!
No,
it's a video game! Why does he want to segregate the fucking indies? And this guy, I guarantee you, if you go back, like last year maybe, I don't remember what year it would be, but I'm pretty sure he complained that an indie game would never make it the game of the year. It would never win. They put an indie game there, and he's just like, why is this here? This dude.
I'm just being honest. Again, I'm not trying to shit on it, but not once did I hear this game mentioned anywhere this year.
Because you don't listen to gamers.
Media, not in my chat, not on my streams. No one asked me to play it. What is it?
This dude craps on so many people for being out of touch, but he's the most out of touch person I've met. I've never played Baltaro because it's a card game. I have no interest in it. But people on my feed have been talking about this game. I have seen this game brought up by so many people. And he's like, I don't see anyone talk about it. I thought you don't use Twitter at all, dumbass. Oh, he uses this for his business. But maybe the reason why no one asked him to play is because it's a fucking card game and they don't be fucking bored. But since he hasn't heard of it, why is it here? You're not, I'm sorry, Phil, you're not a guru of gaming. Why are you gatekeeping a fucking category? Yeah, take a sip. I hope there's Clorox in that fucking mug.
At the very least, I know what all the other games are. What is this? That just baffles me. All right. And you might say, well, it deserves to be there. But then you're going to say, well, wait a minute. If that deserves to be there, what about a few other games? All right. But let's continue.
Not every game can make every category. But if it's good to make that category, good for that game. Oh my god, this whataboutism is so
with Wukong
dented.
Listen, more power to you if you fell in love with Black Myth Wukong and it's your game of the year. I played halfway through it. I got so bored, and my audience got so bored. It's just a wandering around, repetitive combat game. It's not very special. Once you get past how good the graphics were on PC, and the veil was kind of lifted, once you get to that third chapter and you realize this is the whole game,
I'm hoping Bellatro wins. I'm hoping Bellatro wins.
Feel like
come on, Bellatro.
Black Myth Wukong
gotta win Game of the Year.
Was a good first attempt. If they come back in a 2-3 years, and if that wins,
I'll buy the game and I'll play it.
Has way more gameplay elements, better world design. I'll be like dead on okay Game of the Year. For me, this is not a Game of the Year contender. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but it is not a Game of the Year contender. All the shortcomings we talked about when it was out.
He did not like this game at all and said it was boring.
I don't even understand.
And all this stuff. Now he's like,
you know what this screams?
White Knighting
the games journalist who voted on Game of the Year didn't beat it. They played it. They got through like the first 1 or 2 chapters and said, oh, it's good. And then they just stopped playing it and didn't see any of the shortcomings of the games that literally start in chapter 3. And then they said, oh, it's a Game of the Year contender. If you didn't beat the game, don't fucking nominate it. And I get the feeling most people who nominate it.
How does he know they didn't beat it? How did they know? How does he know?
Shadow of the Erd Tree. Well, let's analyze this, shall we?
Oh my god, we're gonna analyze.
Is Shadow of the Erd Tree a good game?
If we don't go through the other nominations, I'm gonna be fucking irate. I want to see the other nominations. Damn it!
Gameplay mechanics and design elements. I guess you could argue yes to at least 2 out of those 3. It has an insane amount of new weapons and ways to play.
He kind of didn't like it, by the way. I just want to highlight that he kind of did not like the DLC.
It's a very long DLC. I would argue, though, it is very much just Elden Ring again, right? It's not like they reinvented the wheel. They didn't necessarily change the formula of Elden Ring that much. It is Elden Ring a second time, right?
Right.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Well, here's the thing. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, you loved it. If you're not a if you're not a fan of too many Fs, if you're not a fan of Final Fantasy VII, you probably would like it. For me, I was enjoying it. My audience hated it. I was having a great time with the game.
But we're not asking about your audience.
Got completely bored with it, stopped attending streams, and begged me never to play it again, so I stopped.
You're not a Final fan.
So honestly, I don't feel like I can barely
you a
judge
Final
the game
fan?
I only played 20 hours out of an 80-hour gameplay experience, right? The 20 hours
Final
I played,
what?
I very much was enjoying. What I didn't like is that the open world segments were becoming repetitive. Not to say that that's the whole game. It's not. The game actually had more than just the open world segments.
What?
But the open world segments
I don't like the open
really
world segments, but that's not the whole game.
Disappointing and repetitive.
Okay, great criticism there, buddy.
I think it's a fine game, quite frankly. I wish that I could have kept playing it. My audience didn't want it. Okay? Lastly, for me, this is the most disappointing game on the list, and it's not for why you think. It's not because I'm upset that this game is on the list. It's because
he's sad because he couldn't play it because
that I really wanted to play it and I couldn't.
This
Metaphor v Fantasio. I played 12 hours of the demo.
That's him.
And
that's
I love
him right
this game.
now.
I think the graphics are outstanding. The gameplay elements are very good. In fact, they're a step up from Persona 5. From all reports, the game is absolutely amazing, right?
Right.
And I wanted to play it. And again, much like what happened to me with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, people weren't showing up for the streams. I'm not streaming for myself. If I'm gonna play the game, I play offline myself, I guess. But I can't stream it.
Then why doesn't he do that?
Show up. And I had streams
why
where 150 people.
Cat could play it.
Support.
Why doesn't Cat play this game? She likes RPGs.
Bring people to the stream.
Why is Cat being weird about Metaphor? She plays fucking boring ass dumb games, but she doesn't want to play Metaphor.
So this is kind of the same situation as Rebirth, where I was liking it, but for some reason this was the year of me playing RPGs, but no one caring about RPGs. So
maybe you'll carry play Bellatro.
So out of this list, okay, to be quite frank with all of you, I disagree with Balatro just because I've never heard of it.
Oh,
Maybe it's best
fucking
indie
fuck
game of the year,
off.
but I
I
don't
mean-
think it should be game of the year. It sounds
I
like
don't
a
think you
waste of
should
spot
be
for
a
me.
streamer,
And I
and
don't
here
agree
you
with
are.
Wukong because I actually played more than halfway into it and saw how bad it gets halfway through. I think most game journalists never got past chapter 2.
And now we're just
to be honest,
reiterating
you know.
fucking this
However,
fucking point. Cool.
man, are people upset for multiple reasons, mostly omissions.
Oh my
What
God.
games are not on this list
Don't say
that
Dragon
most
Age.
people
Please don't say
collectively
Dragon
agreed this
Age.
year are great? The first game is Stellar Blade. This game that everyone claimed was
Oh
the
my
best combat
God.
game, and it was riveting and
So
revolutionary.
I got a question then for this fucking dumb fuck piece of shit lame brain person, right? He said, "Oh, there's nothing meaningful about it, blah blah blah." But now he's seeing all these people upset that it didn't get nominated. So then, shouldn't that trigger his stupid little rule of, well, since a lot of people are talking about it, maybe there is something to it, and would check it out? No, because he wants to use it to get money, to get 278 streaks of getting money. Yippee! What a cool guy.
But the funny part was every time I tried to get information about it, all I heard about was how the protagonist was sexy. How when she climbs the ladder, her butt.
He's looking at selective tweets. This is such a bad faith argument. It is insane. Because again, the only thing that was loud about Stellar Blade was the controversy of, oh, it's not gonna get censored. It got censored. It didn't get censored. It got censored again. They modeled the character after the VA or whatever the fuck. Whatever. But these are just things. Whatever. You could just kind of look further in and you could find other stuff, but he doesn't do any research because he didn't care.
And I'm like,
and a lot of that stuff, like the ladder thing, it's just shit posting. You could do the same with Nier Automata. Does that mean Nier Automata is a Gunnar game? Like, that's just the culture. People just do that to shit post.
It would have been great if there was discourse about how good the game was, but I never saw it. Maybe it does exist. Maybe you got to search for it, right? But I never really got to find out why Stellar Blade was good.
And then, but this is bullshit. People did tell him about the game, and he would just say, "No, this sounds like bad. It's just like another third person. All this stuff. Just he writes it all off anyway. Why try?"
I wasn't interested in it, as I told you. The whole Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, that kind of game, I'm not really interested in it. At one point I tried them back in the day. Don't really like them that much. They get very repetitive, I feel. I much enjoy other games better.
But it sucks at playing them. I mean, I'm not good at Devil May Cry, but I enjoy the game.
I didn't play a lot of these games.
This guy sucked at it.
I'm not interested.
I mean, who plays Devil May Cry and just smash gun?
A lot of people collectively think that Stellar Blade should have been a Game of the Year contender.
I don't think it should have. And I liked the game enough. I thought it was fine.
Liberal games media people are upset because the game had sexualized content in it, and they're not for that.
No. This guy needs to find a bridge. No matter what, people will always be unhappy that, oh, this game didn't get included, whatever. Anyway, but this guy is acting as if there was this big wave of people that wanted Stellar Blade. I really don't believe there was that many people upset about it, other than fucking people like Grums. And come on, really? And it's oh, well, Little Meat is against this. If that's the case, then why the fuck do they like Bayonetta 3? Why do they like Metaphor? Because, the Hulkenberg is great. Love Hulkenberg. Why would they like Final Fantasy 7? I mean, Tifa's hot, and they put her in a bathing suit. But of course, no, of course not. They don't like women, obviously. These people who want more female representation in games and all that. Nah, man. They're against that.
How dare this game have a sexualized woman as the protagonist? Not acceptable.
And I just love you saying this, as he said, well, the game looks generic and this and that. And now he's acting as if they didn't include it because of liberal reasons. This guy is so disingenuous. Because he's assuming that it's because of, I don't see butt. So me no include it when it's just like they just didn't include it because it's not that good of a game to be game of the year. Like out of all the games that came out, like what got the most buzz? Not Celebrate compared to Final Fantasy, Metaphor, Balatro, Astrobot, and Shadow Ring. Whoops. Elden Ring. Like Black Myth Wukong, I kind of see why it would be included, but I also don't think that belongs either. But I didn't play, but whatever. Like it is what
Game
it
of the
is.
year, leave it off the list.
But nice way to insinuate that must be why it's not included, right?
Now, the other game that's big missing from this list that I think a lot of people are very upset about is Silent Hill 2 Remake. Okay? Silent Hill 2 Remake is on par with the level of quality as Resident Evil 2 Remake from many years ago. It's not just we took the game and upgraded it to HD visuals and regurgitated it and charged you full price. It's a new game. Yes, it has the same plot as the original Silent Hill 2, but everything is redone from the ground up. The graphics, the controls and gameplay elements, the puzzles, the combat. It's a whole new game. I mean, it's like more than twice the length.
I like that they
the
changed the
original
rule and
Silent
all
Hill
they
2.
did was just include.
It's amazingly good. I loved it. I loved
Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Boss fights, the Abstract Daddy boss fight. Holy shit, they redid it in such an. How in the hell
we're just gonna skip
did
ahead a little bit.
Balatro get on this list and not Silent Hill 2?
Again, he fucking slurped the fuck out of Midnight Fight Express for being an indie game.
Remake?
But okay.
Did no one fucking play it? And again, that's what I feel is like these journalists who they have on their jury didn't play games like Stellar Blade.
The other thing that award shows run into another problem where they have like restrictions on how many games could be nominated. Like that is a thing. And I've heard people talk about that about the Golden Globes thing. They were saying like the reason why they shoved there's one movie that they put into one category and it's like it doesn't really fit, but it's like, well, this is the only way it could have been nominated. Otherwise, it just would not have been nominated. But all that stuff was like I think it was either Get Out or The Martian. It was one of those two movies, and they're like, yeah, we just put it there because it needed it deserves an award, but we just don't know where to put it, genre wise, whatever. So they could have just not included Silent Hill 2 because it's like, well, they could have nominated it into another nomination, and it's like, well, that got recognition. What game does not have enough of it and deserves a consideration? And they would put Balatro or whatever the fuck.
2, but instead played Balatro because all their friends told them it was the hot new indie game. So they played it.
Oh no! Balatro's gonna be the memer game now. This is gonna be the Among Us for Phil, where he's like, see, this is a memer game, and it wasn't a real game. So the big streamers played it for a day, and then they dropped it like a rack. Oh my god, man!
Stupid.
So miserable.
And another thing, you might say, well, Silent Hill 2 is a remake. Yeah, well, Shadow of the Erdtree is a DLC.
Yeah, but so it's brand new.
Same bullshit. If this isn't a full-fledged new game, then this shouldn't be on the list either. If that's your reason for keeping Silent Hill 2 Remake off the list.
But what is more new than Silent Hill 2?
So, I hate to say it. Once again, this year, we have no Baldur's Gate 3 this year.
By the way, I love the insinuation that he says that this is liberal and the liberals have all this control, yet the Republicans win. So how did the liberals have all this control? Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it.
And because we have no Baldur's Gate 3, we have no consensus. And this is going to be a very heated debate of which of these games
if you're a child.
Winner. Can I be frank? All right? These first 3...
Oh, come on. I hope he picks Astrobot to be a meme. Like, I like Astrobot. It was so good.
Should not be on this list.
Oh.
Astrobot's a great game, and yes, it's a great platformer, but it's not Game of the Year stuff.
Why?
It's been there, done that. If you've played platformers recently, as I was playing it, I was like, it feels like Super Mario 3D World or Land or whatever, right? Because it does.
I hate that it has this objective, criteria to be Game of the Year. You can't ever feel that a game is Game of the Year because the game made you feel one way or the other about something. Like, this is how he's not a gamer. Whatever.
It shouldn't be a Game of the Year contender. It's a great game. It's the best platformer of the year. but it's definitely not Game of the Year
Yeah,
material.
that's too many politics, right?
This game I never heard of, and this game is actually not that good halfway in.
So
this is three.
We should
show.
discredit
So for
Bellatrix because you
me,
didn't play it.
Between Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII
Oh,
Rebirth,
this is gonna be
and Metaphor,
annoying.
how do I judge? And the answer is I actually can't. You want to know why? Because I didn't finish 7, and I didn't finish Metaphor.
Oh.
So by default, my Game of the Year in this list is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. And there's nothing I can even do about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's nothing I can do about it. Fucking shut up.
I only played 12 hours in.
Shut the fuck up.
Pick
This
Final
guy's
Fantasy VII
pathetic.
when I only played 20. So my Game of the Year for the Game Awards is a default winner, and that's kind of stupid.
Oh my
You know?
god, dude.
At
This
least
dude.
if Silent Hill 2
This
was in there,
this dude is
or at least another
pathetic.
game, I would have had like, okay, I could compare these two. But
Fuck off.
right, there's nothing I can really do about it.
He
So
only-
now that we looked at Game of the Year, okay, I'm just
Okay.
curious
All right.
about some of these others. Best narrative. What
Oh,
game
man.
do the
We're gonna go through
jury think
selective
has the best story
oh
of
my
the year?
God.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
Like a
look, Silent Hill 2, but guys, the liberals didn't play it, so they don't like it, so why is it there?
Dragon
Alright.
Infinite Wealth, Metaphor. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2?
I mean, I guess so. I never played it. Whatever. But this is a
Senua's
narrative.
Saga, Hellblade 2.
But it's a narrative. So, like, think about the story of Senua.
We were
Did-
all here for Hellblade 2,
Did you like the story? Please tell
Did
me
we
you
not
hated
all
the
collectively
story.
agree the game was actually worse than the first? That the story was actually not as good as
Okay.
the first game?
Thank God.
We all
I was
agree.
afraid he was gonna say I like the story, but the gameplay
How is
sucks.
this one of the best stories of the year?
It's nominated. It's a nominee. It didn't get the
I don't
award
know.
yet, buddy.
I mean, I would agree with the others. Silent Hill 2 has an amazing story. Metaphor, at least the 12 hours I played was good. Like a Dragon, I'll be honest, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I don't think was as good as the first. So I think this should not win. But maybe one of these three. Okay.
Okay.
What happened? It
It's
didn't
gonna
go to
be-
view all
oh,
categories.
whatever. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's
Best
see.
performance. Who was the best person who performed
Troy
in a video
Baker.
game in 2024?
Let's
Brianna
see.
White from
Oh, hold on. Brianna White. Who did she voice? I want to say she was Aerith. I want to say she's Aerith. Maybe Tifa, but I want to say Aerith. Let's see. Hannah Tell. Life is Strange. Okay. Star Wars Outlaws. Silent Hill. Oh man. This is a stinky
for
list.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. She was who? Eris?
I'm
Hannah
sticking with
Tell for
Brianna
Life is
White.
Strange Double Exposure. Who was she? Max? Umberly Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws. No one even played it. Luke Roberts
wow,
for Silent Hill 2.
okay.
I'm assuming he was James.
Why
And
is only one
Melinda
man?
Juergens for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Oh, guys,
Alright,
you notice?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this, right? The fucking liberals. There's like one man. Why is it all women?
guess what? Melinda Juergens is going to win this award hands down because she is the actual character, meaning her face, her body.
Oh,
is the
find a
character.
bridge.
And they love this shit for some bizarre reason. This jury.
Whatever.
They love
Okay,
this kind of
I'm over
mocap
it.
Shit.
Move on.
100% she's winning this. I'm calling
Okay.
it right now.
Okay, what do
She's
you
gonna
believe?
win.
Okay,
And
what do you
everyone's gonna be
believe
like,
then?
what the fuck? No one liked that game, but they won't care. 'cause
Okay.
She did the performance capture and it looks just like her.
Okay.
She's
Okay. What do you
definitely
think? What do you
going
think?
to
What do
win.
you think? Who do you
For
want to
sure,
win?
she's winning that
Okay. He doesn't want to
Okay?
say. I'm going with
calling
Brianna.
it right
Fuck
now.
it. I'm not a big fan of
Um,
Aerith, but
let's
she was
see
like the
here.
only good character,
Best
good actress
Game.
there.
Oh boy, Games for Impact.
Why are we mocking this?
I was just gonna say I probably will not know any of these.
Why are you mocking
But I
Games for
actually
Impact?
know two of them. I played Life is Strange Double Exposure and Senua's Saga.
Ugh.
Why? Wait a minute. Why would Double Exposure be a game for Impact? Why? Because it had a bunch of characters who were bisexual? That's the only thing I can think of. Outside of that, it was a very kind of cookie cutter.
Yeah,
adventure
it probably
narrative-based
because it had a
game.
lot
It
of
didn't
characters
really
that
have an
with
impact
representation
besides
and
everyone
all
in
this
the
other
game
stuff.
was bisexual, and there was a smash or pass segment in the game. I'm not making that up. The game actually has a half an
Every
hour
day,
section.
I
where it's
hear
all
about
smash or pass.
It's just another thing that just fills me with rage. It just fills me with rage. I just want to just
Choices about the characters in the game.
get mad about it.
But outside of that, I don't even get it. Like, why would
I
that
don't
even be
even
on
get
it?
it. The Smash
Thing
or
is, I
Pass
didn't
thing was
play
just
the
a
others. I
fucking
can't
they
really
she went
say.
to
I
a
don't even
bar
know
and
what
she
these
had fun
are.
with her friends
Closer the
and
distance.
stuff.
Never even heard of
But
it.
we're gonna be
What
fucking
the
weird
hell
about
is this?
this.
This is like a horror movie. Look.
Oh my
What the fuck?
god.
A bunch of old grannies. Look like they want to eat her. I don't even know.
Man, I
don't
hope
even
there's
know.
something like sensitive about that game.
Okay. Let's
I want to
see.
make sure of accessibility. Why are we ignoring that?
Well, everyone knows best mobile
category?
game is WWE
Okay, we're
Champions,
gonna
so let's see
ignore
if that's
that, I
on there.
guess.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Balatro is a mobile game, and they made it Game of the Year.
I want to
contender.
kill him. Oh my god.
Pokemon. I heard a lot of people say this Pokemon game is quite good. I don't even know what these others are. AFK
Where's
Journey,
Near
Wuthering
Reincarnation?
Waves,
Oh,
and
you know
Zenless
that.
Zone. Never heard of any of them,
game.
but
I heard
the
of Zenless
Pokemon
Zone,
game's
and what
pretty
turned me off was people compared to Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, and that sealed the deal for
good. Best
me.
independent game. What indie games came out this year? It looks like Balatro was like nominated in every single category. Animal Well, so that was the game that was produced by Video Game Donkey.
Yeah,
right? He advertised the shit out of it. I don't know what Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. What the hell? Never. This is the game with the.
Oh man, all these games he
like
didn't play, by the way.
Or something that grows
Loves
up as your
indies.
protector or something, right?
But they're too expensive.
UFO
I mean, if he
50,
played
I've
it, he
never
would go out
heard
of business,
Yeah,
right?
These games are like I didn't even know they existed. Oh, this will be fun. Best fighting game. What games did they even qualify as fighting games this year?
No Guilty Gear.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's debatable. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Wait, there was actually a new Grand Blue Fantasy versus game this year. I didn't even know.
People were.
I didn't even know.
People told him, and he was like, "Well, it's like an expansion."
Marvel's Capcom Fighting Collection, Multiverses, or Tekken 8. I mean,
Gross.
do
If
we really
Multiverse
even
is a
have
win,
to say?
I'm writing.
I mean, come on. Let's not be stupid here. We all know that it's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. No. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has lost 90% of its player base within 1 month. It's Tekken 8, for sure. Tekken 8 is the big competitive.
I think they're gonna give
game.
it to the Marvel collection. It's a legacy game. Guilty
Black Ops
Gear.
6, Helldivers
Guilty
2,
Gear. Oh.
Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, or Warhammer.
I'm going Mario Party on this one. I love Mario Party.
I mean, for me,
and that was
it's
a
gonna be
good
Black
Mario
Ops
Party
6,
too.
even
I
though
think the stage is gonna be
angry at the
better.
game. I still had a lot of fun with it, but Helldivers could take that because Helldivers was the sleeper hit earlier this year.
That he stopped playing and said it was boring and it didn't innovate more, but it could take that space, I guess.
Dare I click this? Okay, what are the chances?
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
click Content Creator of the Year.
He said,
and
I can't
any
wait
of
to
us
look
are
at
gonna
it, and
know
now we're
any of
gonna
these
do
people.
this.
All right, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be 5 nominees, and I'm gonna know 1. That's gonna be my guess. Okay, ready?
0. Mega 64. Mega 64. Oh.
Case O. Okay, Case O. Isn't this the guy that gets made fun
Oh,
of?
look! No, that's
Is this
not
the guy that gets
the
made
one.
fun of
it
by
was
the
Casino,
what's his name?
right? Oh.
Meat Canyon?
Huh?
Ilowang? Tech Gamers? Typical Gamer?
Typical
and
gamer.
Usada Pecora. All right. Can I ask you a question?
I think Usada Pecora was in like
really,
the Dragon.
can I ask everyone a
Ishin.
question?
Where's
When
Mega
did these
64?
fucking people become so fucking generic? Like, at least when you... Dark Side Phil, DSP,
What?
it's a catchy name, right?
Ilo Juan is a generic name now? Psycho Gamer, sure, but I mean, I don't know what the fuck he did. And typically, but you know what's funny? If they all had weird names, he'd mock them for having weird names. This guy's name is Bebo Bobo. My name is Bebo Bobo. I mean, he made fun of Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye. No, oh my god. Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye. He made fun of those names. And all these names all sound the same, man. Look how Jacksepticeye. All this other shit. But like, dude, look at that Usada Pecora. What a generic name, Usada Pecora. That's like a John, right? Okay, Philip.
Techo Gamers?
And Darkside Phil is not catchy. It's generic. That's why everyone thinks he's a Star Wars fan. They're like, Phil, do you call yourself Darkside Phil because you're Star Wars? Because everyone and their grandma call themselves Dark Side on the internet because of Star Wars. And he's like, no, man, it's because of this other dumb reference.
Sounds like the name that when you were entering into a system, it just generated a
This
generic
dude
name.
has no
Techo
right to say
Gamers?
this with a
The
name
guy's
Dark Side
name
Phil.
is Typical Gamer. Typical Gamer?
Oh my god, that's being negative for no
think of anything
reason.
better than that.
Time to be
I could've
negative to
kicked my
someone
ass
else.
and pulled something better out. than
Negativity.
Typical Gamer.
Negativity. Negativity.
Holy shit. Like, what the fuck? But no, I mean, unless this is the guy that Meat Canyon made fun of, I don't know any of these people at all. I've literally never heard of any of them. And the fact that they're apparently popular with a name like Techo Gamers and Typical Gamer, I think speaks to the average viewer in 2024 and what they're looking for.
Oh man, the content creator one is always the weird nomination.
You know,
like, I
here's what
don't
I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna
understand
stream a
where they
pillow.
find these people.
All right, I'm gonna stream a pillow 24/7, and you can all imagine sleeping, and then that'll be content creator of the
Well,
year.
This is a
2025,
weird
all right?
negativity.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, what if they did? Whatever.
Typical gamers. Typical.
They should have got
gamer.
Mr. Beast,
He's a
right,
fucking
Phil?
name.
He's popular. Everyone
Anyway.
loves Mr. Beast, right?
Okay. Anything else here? I don't care about esports athletes. I know I wouldn't even, recognize any of them. What's best action game? So Stellar Blade made it for best action.
So it got
game.
nominated. Okay.
But I bet you Black Myth Wukong will win this. I bet.
I don't think the difficulty in what's it called? Stellar Blade is like fun hard. It's just annoying hard. I don't know.
Let's
I don't know
see.
how to describe it. It just doesn't feel like
best action.
it needs
adventure?
to be that hard.
I don't even understand what the difference is. Jasper, what's the difference between action and action adventure? I don't
Because
get
it has
it.
puzzles in it, and it's an adventure, I guess.
I don't even think that this is like a
Whatever.
category. This doesn't make sense.
Okay.
This is bizarre.
I want Zelda to win. Give it to Zelda. Give it to her.
Anything else? Best ongoing? So these would be like MMOs, right? Destiny 2 is still on here. It's hilarious. Diablo
Hilarious.
4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Fortnite. Art. Where's the art one? Do that.
What is community support? What does this even mean?
Probably how long they support the game.
Organizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity, and game updates and patches. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't that be No Man's Sky again? Like, No Man's Sky is the game that every single year gets, like, 2 giant free updates for,
Okay.
and the guy doesn't even make any more money. He just does it anyway. I would say No Man's Sky should win that. Maybe
I'd
I'm
say
wrong. I
Baldur's
think
Gate
No
3.
Man's Sky. Did I click on Best RPG? Oh, I didn't even click on this, did I? No, I didn't.
Where's Persona 3? Wee.
Wait,
Or SMT5 Vengeance. That should
Who
have been
was
there.
saying that Dragon's Dogma 2 was great? I didn't even hear anyone say that. When it came out, most people were saying it was meh.
But whatever. I guess
Why
they
would
didn't
it
want
be
2 Atlas games.
RPG of the Year contender. That's bizarre, right?
Right? Well, what did
All
take
right.
its place?
Well, I think we've... most anticipated game. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. Wait, what? It's called On the Beach? I didn't even know that. They started calling it On the Beach?
He loves video games.
I mean, we know what's winning this. Grand Theft Auto 6 is winning this.
I
Hands
love
down, 1
video
zillion %,
games.
or it should. If it doesn't, they're just stupid.
No.
Definitely this is the most
Jeff loves
anticipated game of, like,
Kojima.
the
He's
decade,
best friends,
Right?
sir.
Definitely Grand Theft Auto 6.
Death Stranding's gonna win that because Jeff loves Kojima. He loves him. He cried when he didn't show up.
Okay.
So I think Death Stranding
That
got
is true.
this in the bag.
If you take a look, Dragon Age Veilguard isn't in here at all, right?
Wow. All this
Dragon Age
fear-mongering about
Veilguard-
Dragon
Wait a
Age,
minute.
and it's not even here.
It's the same list. Game of the Year and Best Game Direction are identical.
Oh, wow.
Why does it even exist then? If they're the same exact list, why did they do it twice?
Okay,
That doesn't even make sense.
Best art direction.
Well,
Best art
at
direction.
the very
Best
least,
art
at least
direction.
Veilguard is not in here
Oh.
because again, it's not that
Fuck
great
the
of a
art,
game.
right?
It's just okay. So, best score and music.
Stellar Blade, really? Ugh, whatever. It's not
Stellar
bad.
Blade had a good soundtrack. I don't know because I didn't play it. I didn't hear any music from it.
Like, it's not bad, but I don't know if it's... I don't know. I don't know about that. Metaphor is good, though.
All right. Well, anyway,
I go with metaphor. I'm going metaphor,
overall,
baby.
I
I'm
think the only
metaphor
thing anyone's
killed.
going to be talking about is Game of the Year, and the fact that you don't have Silent Hill 2 Remake on there, and of course, a lot of people upset about Stellar Blade.
But but those got nominated.
People are going to be pretty upset.
I'm sorry,
as for
those
the
got nominated.
accessibility,
Like, whatever. Oh, there's Dragon Age.
I don't even know accessibility this year, like what games were accessible, but here's what they've got. I don't
There's
know
Dragon Age.
what
The
advancements
fucking
were
remote
added for
game, they're gonna give it to
accessibility or
that,
whatever,
and people are gonna be
right?
like, "Oh, I can't believe it won."
So I'm sure everyone is going to be having different opinions about this.
Yeah, he doesn't know because Super Lightman
me,
didn't tell him. Super Lightman was like,
like I
"Phil, I
said,
worked on this
sadly,
game." He's like, "Oh, you
since I
worked on
didn't
this game, and it's
finish Final
beautiful."
Fantasy
Wow.
VII or Metaphor, I can't even really qualify
Huge
them.
accessibility
Astro
guy.
Bot
I
is
don't know
Game
what
of the Year.
accessibility is in these
I don't
games.
know what the hell Balatro is, and Black Myth Wukong is boring halfway through. So by default, Elden Ring wins my Game of the Year on this list, but I don't agree that Elden Ring is Game of the Year. So there you go.
I'm going with metaphor. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is fine.
And for the record,
that one I
if
wouldn't
Stray
mind.
2 came out this year, Stray 2 would be across the board sweeping every award.
Wow,
But for some
hilarious
reason, you're
because it
dragging
has
their
a
feet,
cat
making Stray 2,
and
I
cat's
just don't understand
funny.
it. Okay,
Man,
so the Game Awards
I'm
this
so
year
glad he
will be a
wasn't
shit
around
show.
when
I think
the
everyone
peak
agrees
of
after
cat
looking at
memes
these
were.
nominees.
God
it's on
damn!
12th
Imagine how annoying
of
that
December.
would be.
I will not be watching it live. I have no desire to watch it live whatsoever.
He
I don't think
he
that
said
it's
he
gonna be very
might, but now he
entertaining.
changed his
Usually, the
mind.
Game Awards is way too drawn out, way too lengthy, way too many ads, which is the whole point. Like the whole point is to make ad revenue. That's why they do them. It's not actually to award the good games. It's to make money for Jeff Keighley.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because Jeff Keighley's so rich,
yeah,
right?
I'm curious on everyone's thoughts, but I think the thing this year is going to be a big year where everyone kind of disagrees.
He said
'cause
this
everyone kinda
last year,
played
by
different
the
games
way.
and liked different ones.
He
And
said
that's
this
fine.
last year. But
I can
now
just
he's
tell you
saying,
this,
"Oh, because
my
everyone
Game
loved
Awards-
Baldur's Gate
excuse
3."
me, hold on. I can't say that. Remember that Jeff Keighley is actually going to patent the word Game Awards. So like no one can say that ever again. So I have to say my Game of the Year countdown that I'm
Oh
going to
my
do at the end of the
God.
year will be very different.
He doesn't do Game of the Year
Then
though. He
this
says, "I
list.
do Game of the Year countdowns." He
Incredibly
always said
different.
that.
It will be. There's going to be games on there that, aren't anywhere in here because these people don't play enough games to actually do awards. They
This
just don't.
dude dropped he dropped Final Fantasy and Metaphor, and he's saying these people don't play video games. Okay, as this guy has said, there's been not a lot of games this year. What?
I played some games this year that I feel should be on this list that they snubbed.
Like what?
So,
The only game he mentioned was Silent Hill 2. Okay.
cool. So, guys, that's what I got for the show today. All right. You're incredibly distracting today, Jack.
Okay, we're just gonna skip ahead.
Again, as I told you guys.
Man,
I have a really bad feeling this is the end of the streak. To support the stream and keep the like to talk about for the rest of the show. I hope they do a second beta. I would definitely like to try it. So, on their first beta, I want to play a beta again if they do it. I hope they do a second beta. I would definitely like to try it.
Oh, probably talking about Monster Hunter.
Carlos says, I got to play Stalker 2 during a preview event in Sao Paulo. Game looks good, but 1 hour in, those kind of games is nuts. Oh, so you're saying you got to play for an hour so you couldn't really judge. Gotcha. Even if I were to play it offline, I don't have enough free time to play games too long. I would have
Why
to play
doesn't
it
Cat
online.
play it?
I would have to play it on stream. I tried, and the demo failed. I couldn't get people to
Why
come watch the
doesn't
demo.
Cat play
So
the
if like,
game?
they won't
Why
watch the
doesn't he
demo,
play
they're
with
not going to watch the
Cat?
full game. So there's nothing I can do about it.
Cat likes
I
games.
want to play it, but if people don't show up for the stream,
Whatever.
jury.
What? I'm afraid. All right.
In my opinion, who would be qualified to be in the Game Awards jury? Jasper is really acting up today. He's gonna knock my magnet off. He's trying to knock my magnet off the file cabinet. Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
All right, the Game Awards should be judged by people who play games. Games journalists do not play games.
How do you know
They
they
don't.
don't? How
In fact,
do
I would
you
argue
know
an
that?
average games journalist is playing less games than you and me. Because they're tasked with playing a certain game, playing it at a certain time period, which means they have to rush through it, and then they have to write a review, and then they're on to another game that they have to rush through.
What if
They're
not
not
all
like
game
you and
journalists
me.
play
They
like
don't
that?
sit there and just enjoy a game and play it at length and get the real experience. They
What
very
if they
much
did?
are completely different
Whatever.
from the kind of stuff that we do when we
This
play
is
video
like
games.
very
They're the least
obtuse,
qualified
man.
people. I'm not kidding. And they should not be the ones voting on this shit at all. Because then people believe, oh, well, that was Game of the Year. No, the Game Awards is not official. It's not. It's a money-making event for Jeff Keighley. That's what it is. It's the Jeff Keighley.
What would an official Game
crowdfund,
Award show
all these
look
people
like
pay him
then?
money. You understand? It's not legit.
What makes the
But people
Oscars
think it
official?
is, you know?
Whatever. Okay.
All right, hold on, because he's got my magnet now hanging off of the file. So, to play games, all right? Not be a journalist, but to play games that you could have us vote. You know, why not have 500 content creators actually be the people to nominate the best games of the year and vote on them?
You
who sit
realize
around
this
playing
dude
games
has
all day.
chat on content creators saying that they're not real gamers? This is like this little point he's making is a nothing point. It's just another problem. It would just create another problem for DSP to say it needs to change. Shut up.
And it's our job to fairly judge and grade them, right?
They get the game
And
early,
you-
so of
that's
course
the
they're
thing,
gonna
you
say
get
it's
a
game of
good
the year.
enough,
They don't know how to follow the
sample
good graces of the
people
company.
to vote or nominate or both. You're going to get different ideas and different opinions from all across the board. You're not just going to get, oh, this is what the journalists are saying because they all have the same political affiliation
Oh,
and they
man.
all feel that that's what they're looking for in games.
So then
You know
why
what
do
I
they
mean?
nominate
You would
Solar
have
Blade?
actual different things
Okay. Wait.
on it. That's what I think should happen. I think this whole journalism thing is fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Quite
journalism
frankly, I
is
told you guys
bullshit.
years ago, I don't think that websites like IGN, GameSpot, Kotaku, I don't think they have a purpose anymore. We live in the era
Oh,
where
man.
every person can get a game on launch day, play
Oh.
it, and share that live experience with the internet. Why do we need these outlets getting games weeks early to tell us what's good or not based on their spin? We don't.
Why do you take them
This
so
is
seriously?
not the 1990s where game journalist
Oh my
outlets had to get games
God.
early so they could write an article to print in a print magazine, have it produced and put on a store shelf or a rack to be sold. Instead, everything's digital. Everything's instant. We don't need mainstream media to tell us our opinions anymore. They should. It really, by all reports, it
Look
should-
what he kind of like low-key admitted though. He pretty much said we don't need journalists to tell us our opinion, which isn't how opinions work, by the way. But he's kind of insinuating that he bases a lot of his opinion on outside forces. Like, anyone would understand that a lot of these reviews and journalists and all this stuff are mostly just to, like, describe what the game is. And you can base it on, like, is that enough? And then you can look further into it. Especially now, there's all these other ways that you can, like, find out about a game. And they're just another, like, cog in the grand scheme of things. And this dude is acting like, oh, we don't need people to tell us what to think. That was never their job to begin with.
just die out, right? You can't even go to a mainstream media website without being completely bombarded with advertisements up, down, left, and right in every direction. It's obnoxious. I can't even go to IGN now and read an article without getting 17 pop-ups in my fucking face.
How are they going to make
So
money?
the site itself isn't even serving the purpose of what it's supposed to
Do
be.
you know like
It's there to
how
make
hard
money
it is
on
to
ad
live
revenue.
on a journalist's
So fuck
salary?
it. Fuck them.
I mean,
Why do we even care
okay.
about them, and why do they even exist? It's
Why do
just a
we care?
bizarre relic
well, you keep
of
talking
a
about it.
time that we've moved past, but the relic won't go away, right? It's like a rash that you can't get rid of. No,
This
really, we
dude,
could-
by the way, literally just complained about. We didn't watch it in the video, but he complained about Stalker 2's embargo being like 2 hours before release. But now he's saying we don't need them. So why do we care about the embargo then, Mr. Burnell?
we could definitely get rid of a lot of these mainstream media, and it would be better off. But we can't. We just can't shake them, you know? Okay.
How many times has he said, well, no one's talking about it. There's no reviews for this game. Why would I play it?
Some shout outs. I received a $2.04 tip Will you be making DLC games eligible for your game of the year as well?
I feel like
mean,
he
do you want me to
did.
be honest?
I feel like he did.
Out of all the games I played this year, I don't even know if there's 10 great ones to make a top 10 games of the year countdown for me. It was a really disappointing year for me. It just was. It was like most of the games I played were not.
I want to say he did, but I'm not 100%. Would anyone know? Feel free to let me know.
Blew me away at all. My hair is screwed up right here. Look, it won't.
Wow,
yeah, to
cool.
be honest, I think Shadow of the Erdtree did stand out this year as a great game, even though it's a DLC. I mean, it was the length of a full game.
So then you agree?
So
he just doesn't want to be on the technicality.
You know, I don't know. We'll see when I work on it. I'm not. You know, I'm still in November. Games to mess around with, and I think so. At this point, with the level of games that came out this year and how disappointing most of them were, I would say that Shadow of the Erdtree should be in contention.
So then why were you making a big? This dude literally like
they're including DLC. I can't believe this. This is bullshit.
Oh, it should be in contention. Wow, the dissonance in this dude.
Excuse me, not the Red Gamer. The Red King did a $5 super chat. Says, to be fair, content creators would have to commit to finishing most games to select yearly candidates for Game of the Year. I mean, yes and no, Red King. Do you really think that journalists play through and finish most games? No. Journalists play through and finish.
He just complained that they should finish the game. And now he's told content creators would have to do that too. He's like, well, no, man, they don't have to because the journalists don't.
Finish a small amount of games that they're assigned to. The journalists
so then
very
that's
much
not a big deal then.
You're here probably haven't played most of the games. And they're voting. So
then if it doesn't matter for the content creators to finish the game, then what is the real complaint then? This dude has no argument. He just says whatever and then it's like, and then he just improvises his argument.
No, what you need is you need people
that are
going to vote with their hearts and their
minds.
Vote
with their hearts?
And not with their wallets. What? And not with their agendas. That's the problem. You know, I have a political agenda, so I vote for this game. But no.
Oh my god, dude. This is unreal. They need to vote with their hearts. What if the agenda, this political agenda that these people have, is from their heart? Like, they generally believe in the story or the narrative that this game is about. Like, that's in their heart and they vote for that. Is that voting on the agenda or their heart? Can you tell what's what, Phil? You would probably say you could, but I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
No.
It shouldn't be like that.
Shouldn't be like that.
I feel like if you get enough, like, let's say they selected 500 content creators to actually do this, okay? I think that's enough of a sample that you're going to get people who play a big enough variety of games that you're going to get the consensus of what should be like Game of the Year contender-esque. Like, for example, right now, if you were to poll creators, I feel like Balatro would not be on here. I feel like maybe Helldivers 2 would be on there.
Balatro would, because I've seen a lot of people talk about
game
it.
That was virally popular. Definitely Silent Hill 2 would be on there. Definitely Stellar Blade would be on there. You know, like, there's other games that would be on there.
But what would make them good, though? He doesn't play these games as like, this would be good. How does he know that Stellar Blade would be worth it?
As opposed to these journalists didn't.
Whatever. Because the other thing is, like, a lot of these people were, like, saying Stellar Blade. Like, I'm going to use Grumps as an example because, you know, why not? He only kept talking about that game as a fucking, like, look at this character. Oh, it's against woke. It's anti-woke. But it's like, is it a good game, though? And it's like, I never seen Grumps really talk more than just it being anti-woke and it doesn't censor itself and all this other stuff. I'm sure you might talk about gameplay at some point here and there. Why not? But even if he did, like, he kept hyping that game up around woke bullshit. But this guy is like saying like, oh, this game would have been Game of the Year. But what would make it Game of the Year? Like, he just assumes in bad faith that all these nominations had an ulterior motive or a liberal agenda. But if that's the case, then why do they allow Stellar Blade to be in multiple nomination categories? They obviously just want to be a Game of the Year like the bigger games. And obviously not a lot of people cared that much about Stellar Blade because the only people we're talking about were only to talk about how it's not censored and anti-woke. That's not a meaningful, like, discussion to measure a game with because it's not really the game that people are talking about at that point. Meanwhile, Balatro, people have been talking about the game.
They were assigned to play. That's stupid. Why are they? Why is the journalist who probably got assigned realistically 3 games a month all year, and half the games are not even major games, right? Why would that be the person?
One game
you're having
was not
vote
a
on Game of
major
the Year?
game. But then he says like Stellar Blade, but Stellar Blade is also not a major game. It's a AA game. Okay.
It doesn't make sense, but that's how he does it. Again, it's his bunch of buddy
Bunch
journalists,
of
right?
bunch of nutty buddies, right? Oh man.
Okay.
Okay.
What else would you guys like to talk about? We got a little bit of time left. We got like 10-15 minutes left before we adjourn
Is he playing the game now?
and jump into Veilguard. Thank you, Red King, for that super chat, by the way.
He is. Ah, yes.
Of the Daily Wrap.
Wait, what?
Would I consider doing something special for your 1,000 video of the Daily Wrap? Huh?
Huh?
I don't know what you mean. Lady Charisma says it would turn into most popular games of the year more than Game of the Year.
Yeah! Wow! Lady Charisma, check the big brain on Lady Charisma. That is what would happen if DSP was in charge. It would just give it to the most popular, which is a bullshit metric.
Isn't that what it should be?
Oh my god, I'm so happy this guy doesn't have any real power. The only power he has is making Sony games for babies. Other than that, man, imagine awarding this popular shit. The thing he complains about, by the way.
Oh, they like getting fired because he's popular for the sake of being popular.
But now we should award games for being popular. God damn, man.
Should not the game that wins Game of the Year be the game that most people liked the most? Which last year would have been Hogwarts Legacy, by the way.
No, it wouldn't.
Which,
Fuck
I mean,
that
I don't
game.
know if I agree with, but it would have made more sense.
Then he says, I wouldn't agree with it. This guy, I can't believe the arguments he's presenting to us. So it should be a popular vote, and it should be games that are popular. So get fucked, indie games. You'll never get spotlighted with that idea. And that's it. And also, obviously, Awkward's Legacy is better than Baldur's Gate 3, even though he doesn't agree with that, but it should have won, right? Okay.
Hogwarts Legacy wasn't even nominated, and it was the best-selling game of the year. How the fuck does that make sense?
Because, oh my god, dude. Maybe it's not that good of a game. Just because people buy something doesn't make it good!
No, absolutely not.
Oh my god.
Interesting game of the year, but it's definitely not a bad game or worst game of the year contender. Rare Tricks, if you want to ask me a question, please tag me. But he says, "Did you see the Tyson fight?" Nope, I don't care about the Tyson fight.
He's asking you, he's like, "Well, tag me."
A wrestling podcast with Triple P. Well, Ashton and I have gone back and forth throwing the idea around of doing a wrestling style podcast. We are actually both interested in it, but we realize that we're both kind of busy right now. Him particularly, like, their show is taking off big time. Their show has exploded in popularity. Every show that they do, they're getting 3,000 or more viewers.
This is so crazy. Silly.
Okay, so right now they're
taking off. After they talk to DSP, they're taking off
on their own show. Like, they have ideas that even they're not getting to because they're so busy. So we talked about it, and we agreed to start discussing it in the future, likely in 2025. Okay? I think there's something going on with wrestling. Like, isn't Monday Night Raw moving from one network?
I do not give a fuck about wrestling. I'm sorry, guys.
You know, it's good.
I like the moves,
it would
but
be a basic show only covering like maybe one of the shows and maybe like the pay-per-views. It wouldn't, whatever they're called. You know, we're not going to cover like 400 things. It would.
All right. Fun podcast. We were just in silence.
The content and watch it. It's a place where, you know, consistently we could watch it every week. You know,
we are still talking about wrestling. Yippee.
Why don't I play Balatro before saying it doesn't deserve to be a Game of the Year contender? because I don't want to play Balatro. I've never heard of it until today, which is my point. If there's a game that literally I've never heard of, and it's my job to play video games, and I'm in the game space, and I'm on social media following games, and I talk with people all day, every day about games, and until this moment, I didn't hear
How many people did he talk about games? Anytime someone brought a different game, he would shoot it down. Okay.
about Balatro. Doesn't that beg the question, how the fuck is it game of the year? If a game is a game of the year,
Dude, I've seen people talk about, why don't you just check it out? It's like not expensive. But you know what? Now he's getting this kind of attitude about it. He's gonna go in passive aggressive and be like, "Oh, fuck this game! Like it's a game of the year." This is what's so obnoxious about him. He gets in such a bad mood that if a game is just not perfect in all this stuff, it gets all his attention. He's just gonna be a bitch about
Contender,
it.
it should be a game that everyone knows about, everyone's heard about. It's hot, popular, and everyone likes.
Why?
If no one's heard of it,
Why the fuck is that a good idea? What if someone worked hard on a game that was so good, like again with this stupid dumb fuck? Then this game, you know, the game he fucking raved and gave us this face, no one would care. No one would care about this.
What's up, everyone? Phil here with a short review. I just beat Midnight Fight Express. This
What's
game
that
kicks
game? I
ass.
never
It's
heard
got
of this
everything
game.
you want in a great brawler.
Huh?
Amazing
Why
hand-to-hand
would I care
combat,
about this?
weapons, upgrades, gunplay. Really,
This is so weird. I don't know what this game is. It looks stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's a scam. It might be one of those scammer games. You know, you download it and then like it installs malware. I don't want to touch that game. I don't know. I don't like that game. It sounds really stupid.
it can't be game of the year.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Music gaming. What year did Midnight Fight Express come out? Oh my god, I cannot type. Let's see.
All right, guys.
2 years ago, 2022. Okay, DSP. Best game. All right.
Each character of the 4 Gotham Knights is unique. Really light. It's like a high-low dodge, so you can like go back, like focuses on gameplay. It's got a great platforming. I mean, I'm going to spoil, but basically after you do the first third of the game picks up and turned it into a full-fledged Pokemon game with a little different. It combines, one, the graphics.
No.
Bugs. There was actually some situations where my follower would disappear,
This off
and I feel like it is underwhelming. So, continuing on. Now we're going to start. Sometimes goes too far. There's one or two.
Oh my god, why can't I find it?
I think most of these games, it was an experiment. Kind of like how I had said earlier, how Pokemon led style combat of Smash Brothers and turn it into some new enemies, a unique plot, and an incredible
Oh, here we go. This has to be it.
game. It's quite fun. It's got a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor. It's got a lot of references to pop culture, like play in order to
Let's see.
also feel that. Oh wow! I guarantee you, our next one. A lot of people will disagree with me, and I actually also feel that some people won't even remember this game. But for me, it's my number 7 favorite game of the year.
So why is it number 7? If no one remembered it and it's not popular, why is it number 7 on your dumb fuck list, buddy? It's an indie game. Who heard of Midnight Fight Express? Nobody. Only you. And everyone forgot about it. Why is that on your list? Why was that the best game of 2022? If no one remembered, I don't think it's that good of a game. So why did that win? Huh?
No, I'm not getting premium deluxe edition of Flight Simulator. I'm just going to get whatever's on Game Pass. See here. You could play its demo again and finish its demo and then see if people will show up. No one's going to show up. No one showed up during when I was playing the demo when it was new. And I told everyone this is the time to test to see if Metaphor will
Why
work
doesn't
as a
he
game
try
in
it?
location.
He has
No
the
one showed
demo
up.
still.
No
Why
one's gonna now
not?
magically show up now.
Whatever.
I understand that a lot of people like Metaphor. I'm one of them. But it's time to stop.
It's time to stop. I don't want to play a good game. I want to play with my mustache.
Have I considered Empire of Ants? I heard.
Oh my god.
you know,
Empire
that's
of
why I
Ants.
didn't
I
check it
didn't
out
hear
or
this
play it.
game so stupid and dumb, and we should
Is
not.
it any good?
I heard of
Legend
Empire of Ants.
Lurker,
Must be a bad
the
game.
Auto re-upping of their
So
subs.
obviously
Now
that
they're
game
on
sucks
1, 2.
and
Thank you,
stupid,
Legend
and
Lurker.
it's
I
not
appreciate
good,
that very
right?
much. That gets us
Man,
the
I'm
$46
getting more
contribution so far
mad
this
the
morning.
more I think about this
As I
fucker
said,
saying it should be
I
popular.
am very nervous about continuing the streak today. I really legit am.
Good. I hope you don't hit
with
it. I hope
Veilguard,
you
I think the
lose. You
moment
should
I start
lose
playing
money,
Veilguard, we're gonna
actually.
lose half our audience. We haven't seen.
But ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man.
It's over. So I don't think we should worry too much about the Smash Burger right now.
Okay. We're doing this.
Don, you don't have to listen. Every single detractor of mine, literally,
Oh, boy.
I don't think we have to worry about it.
DSP, I've seen people on Twitter saying the Atom stuff, it was fake, and that was OIC. No idea. What the fuck? Oh, that gotta be bait.
Don, you don't have to listen. Every single detractor of mine literally believes that every contribution that comes in on my stream is the same person. Did you know that? I want you to think about that. Okay, right now,
Who fucking
on
cares?
YouTube alone, we've got 321 viewers. On Kick, we've got around 30 or
How
so,
can you
probably
prove
more.
that? How
I
can you
can't
just
tell 'cause
prove
I
that
didn't
without
refresh.
doxing someone?
So just
Think
right now,
about
we
it.
have over 350 people watching. On any given day, that's roughly about the crowd that we would get. Depends on the game. You know, we might lose a few with Veilguard here. Okay? I have thousands of people who watch me on demand every single day. Literally thousands. Some just watch the podcast. Some watch the gameplay. Some are now watching the political content. Everyone's interested in something I'm doing. I have thousands of people who watch, and I have tons of people who come by.
So
and
then why do
support
they have
every
thousands
single
of
day.
dollars?
They actually believe that's one person.
What? No.
They are that unhinged. I mean, there's no
No.
other description. You have to be
They-
like a
they didn't-
cracked mind.
No,
broken
no. The one person thing is in regard to like the big tips and just that, not everything in this dude's dumbass fucking reality. This dude needs to find some bleach. I don't know what to tell you.
Psyche to think that only one person comes by and supports my content.
Only one person.
If that's the case, okay, for the record,
Wait,
that'd be very
what?
psyche to think that only they are that unhinged. I mean, there's no other description. You have to be like a cracked mind, a broken psyche
A broken
to
psyche.
think that only one person comes by and supports my content. If that's the case, okay, for the record, that'd be very interesting because so many people who tip me, like I said, when people tip me, typically I see an email address. And a lot of the times people will say they're all the same person. Every single person is different, right?
You realize this dude, by the way, has like 3 email addresses. One for DSP Gaming, one for the DSP Vlogging channel, or whatever the fuck. He has multiple email addresses. And he's saying that everyone has a different email address. Yeah, because it's so hard to make a new email account, right?
Right? You know, Iron Chef Sakai is not Adam, is not OIC, is not, I can keep going, you know, name every name of someone who's a big supporter. Lisa Liu is not, like, I've seen all of their, like, email addresses. They're all completely different.
That's
So,
not evidence.
But again, in their minds,
can
they're
make
so
5
broken.
email
Their minds are so
accounts.
broken to think that Darkside
And then be
Phil
like, yeah, there's
could
all
be
different
popular,
people.
could have fans.
Man, this
could
dude
have
is so
support.
naive.
They
It's
can't
like you have
believe
to
anything
try
but
to
that
be this
Phil only has
ignorant.
one obsessed fan who is the one sole person supporting his entire business.
OIC literally bragged about like his gifting streak that Twitch was counting. There were chat posts where he was like, "I hope to get 500. That's my aim. Maybe after 500 I'll stop. Okay, I want to get 1,000." And this and that. He hits the number. I'm gonna go bye. He leaves, comes back again anyway. Like, get out of here.
So you don't have to listen to any of the bullshit that they say, right? You don't. You have to listen to any nonsense. at all, right? Just ignore the nonsense.
Ignore the
Don't
nonsense.
pay them any heed. The moment that you say, "Oh, I saw them say this on social media," I saw them say that, just ignore it.
The
And
moment you
that's
see
thing.
it, the
If you
trolls
just
have
ignore
won.
that white noise, life is a lot nicer. Let me tell you, because I used to let it bother me. I did. I used to really let it get to me. And then one day I said, you know what? Doesn't matter what I say or do. They always move the goalposts. The big thing for me this year, the documentary came out. Oh my God, Phil's such a horrible person. Actually, not. It was
Oh
the
my
opposite. Most people who saw
God.
the documentary said, "Wow, people hated this guy all this time
Dude.
for what? This is the
I
stupidest
wish
thing,
something
4
bad
hours of
happened
this
after the
nothing video."
documentary at this point.
And they all moved on.
Like,
Except my
no
detractors,
shit.
'cause they're
Nobody
obsessed
was
that
gonna
the
sit there and be
narrative
like,
is
wow, we
always so
should kill
has to be the
Phil.
worst dude, or else he has
Man.
nothing to do.
It's like he
So,
was
they've
hoping
continued
for
this
that to
broken narrative
happen.
since then. Just ignore it. No sound, rational people are listening to my detractors anymore. They're all nut jobs. Like, literally, anyone in those circles is crazy. So just fucking name them what they are. They're all crazies. They all need to be jacketed, thrown into rubber rooms, locked up, and the key get tossed off the planet. And then we'd all be better off.
Oh my
just
God. Now
ignore
we
it.
have to lock ourselves away. The guy who, whatever, fucking shut the fuck up and drink some bleach, buddy. Drink the Kool-Aid. Yes.
Okay. That's hilarious. Dante's Inferno says, it's funny, detractors say only one person supports you. In reality, it's the
Oh my
opposite.
God.
Phil, you're supporting them. Because without you, one man,
What?
none of them would ever have content. You're right.
You're right.
I'm literally the one-man supporter of an entire giant business model and group of people. Do you get it?
Fucking suck my
They
dick
all make
then.
money on me. It's not me making money on one person. It's them making money off of the one person.
I'm making
They're the
$0
ones
off
dependent
you
on
though.
me. But they don't get that, nor do they understand the irony of that, because again, these are not intelligent people.
Oh
They're
my
crazies.
God. What if I don't care? What if I don't give a fuck? Well,
Any
I'm
interest in
crazy.
playing the Half-Life games again?
I'm
Maybe
psycho,
someday.
guys.
You know, now they're on Steam, right? And so now I could be able to play the really high-end versions. I had played it on Xbox at one point.
All right. Why don't you play Beltaro? Oh no, it's an indie game. Who cares, right? Bleh. All right.
Both of these nuts, you son of a bitch.
Oh boy. What?
You son of a bitch. He got me. He legit got me. You're a jerk. Both of these nuts.
Okay.
Well, at least we got a jovial.
Wow, he loved that one.
No, I don't know what Black Friday is going to be this year. See, here's the thing. I was talking about this. So I'm doing my politics show this week on Thursday night. I got some
Alright.
others. But next week, Thursday night is Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, I'm taking the night off to be with my wife and have a good meal. Good day marathon.
Okay, I don't give a fuck about Black Friday.
I just don't
Drop
give
that
a
hundo.
fuck.
Political dinner.
You know what's
like
funny is
this
I don't even do
assholes.
hints anymore. I don't even care. I just fucking say it right out. Hey, who's going to drop that $104 right now? Right?
Wow,
Nice
that
big
makes you
juicy
sound
tip.
so cool. I don't even drop hints anymore. Wow, DSP, you're so cool.
Or maybe a good,
man.
20 subs over on Kick. 20, it would be 21 for the record. 21 subs on Kick, right? Just boom. Just do it.
Bam.
Fill the King's coffers. Hit the King's taxes. Make it rain here on DSP Gaming
Oh,
today,
man.
right?
I don't
Do we
hint.
buy
I
a
outright
turkey?
beg.
Yes, I don't get a whole turkey because it's just my wife and I who eat it. So we get what do they call it? Like a turkey breast roast. Chop
All
it.
right.
All right.
All right.
On stream. Sounds like a good plan. Sounds like the kind of family-friendly content that YouTube likes, right? For sure.
Whatever. I don't care. It's probably like something stupid. Go full woke on your Veilguard playthrough. That
Oh
would
my
make
God.
it funny. What?
Uh,
What's full woke? He would play and be like, "Wow,
I know. That was funny. Do you remember?
I don't
So
know.
before this streak, right?
My
But what used to
pronouns
happen was, I
are
would have
he
the
and
goals on
him.
stream. And some days we wouldn't have it. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going on break to use the bathroom. My detractors would be like, he's sending out the whale call. He's sending out emails. He's sending out DMs.
He
and
said
tweets.
yesterday,
He's
I
trying
didn't
to
do a
get
whale call, I
as
was
many
streaming.
people on the street to send him
Oh my
donations now.
God.
So watch, someone's going to come on stream and drop him a big donation and stuff. And then it never would happen. But they
Except
would
for
always
when
say
it
that
did.
shit. Yes, like I have a hot list. I have a hot
Oh,
list of fucking
man.
I press the button. No, no, no. They run to the money bags with dollars flying out.
Okay.
I play WWE champions when I'm asleep. That's right.
Oh
Damn
man,
straight.
I love this joke, especially when you were telling us how you need money to pay the
I
bills and all that stuff. It's so fun.
and I play my private account and my public account of WWE champions at the same time. I hold two
Okay.
phones and I go like this. Hasn't divvied
Alright.
any of them out yet for some reason. Wait,
You know, you should
what?
log into both.
No fucking way.
Oh,
Darziak just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. It says Darziak was gifted a membership by Darziak.
Okay.
What?
Wow, he made that sound
Have
way
you
more
ever
unique.
seen that before? He gave a membership to himself. I have never seen that.
Okay. Man, I thought like he got like
How do
$100,
you gift one
like
to
$200.
yourself?
Like, what? No way! I just got $200.
Believe
The
in Santa
streak
Claus
is
when I was a
saved.
child? Yes, it did. Everyone did. Okay. Wow.
What? Wow.
Did I believe in Santa Claus when I was a child? Yes, it did. Everyone did. All kids do. Particularly in the U.S., like that's a big thing. Santa. I
Oh,
still believe
man.
in Santa Claus.
I was
course they
expecting to be like, I knew when I was a kid. Oh, but oh no, he's gonna tell us about the Hallmark store. Where it's like, Santa's not real.
Not a
What?
Rabbit says, as someone who
Oh.
comes in and out of your community over the years, it seems every few years your live chat audience changes. You're right. I
Yeah.
went back to Twitch and we had an audience.
Okay.
Picture of being a creator.
All right. Let's keep moving forward positively here.
And a few years later, they come back.
Yeah,
To
people
see it
come and
back.
go.
I'm glad you're doing well. It's always good to get those people back to get caught up, you know?
Yeah, and eventually Adam will come back and give me his money again. Come on, Adam. Welcome back. Welcome home.
All right. Guys, let's end the show. I want to jump into the gameplay. There's a ton of viewers. All right. So if you're not into Veilguard, thanks for chilling for the. There we go.
Okay.
It worked.
It
The Iron Chef
worked.
Sakai
Damn.
is now a mod on Kick. Thank you, Iron Chef Sakai. Please help out over there when
Oh,
you
I
can.
thought he
Don't
was
have to be there
already
all
a
the
mod. He
time, but
wasn't.
it would
But now he
definitely
is.
help to have someone over there to help with the moderation.
All right. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Let's go to the Game Awards site. I'll go over mine. I'll try to make it fast because I have to go. I have what's it called? Figure drawing tonight. Oh my god. I just want to go to this stupid website. This dumb fuck website. I have to go in like a roundabout way. I have to go to Twitter. Then I gotta go to find the URL. Then I gotta do this. Then I gotta do that. Then I gotta say what cookies? Deny the cookies. Fuck cookies. Alright. Nominees. Ah, yes. Okay. So my pick, I didn't beat Metaphor yet, but I'm going Metaphor, baby. It's already proven. It's worth. We're not gonna go over what DSP went over. Art direction. Ah, yes. Okay. I didn't play Neva. I do like how it looks. I'm going Metaphor yet again. It's gonna be a Metaphor sweep. I feel because that game has been pretty solid. I like the character design. Hulkenberg exists. You know, great stuff. Score on Metaphor. Solar Blade is whatever. You know, it's not bad, but Audio design. I would say this probably because I think this would probably have like good sound effects. Let's see. Innovation and accessibility. Don't care. Games for impact. Don't care because you know it's indie games. Ongoing mobile game debut indie. I didn't play a lot of them, sadly. Best independent game. Yeah, I didn't play any of these, so I can't say. Best fighting, best family. This is family. Mario Party. I think Mario Party's been pretty good. The Peach game, I was disappointed with, honestly. I didn't like it. I dropped it pretty fast. Let's see. Best adaptation. I started Tomb Raider. I started watching this, and then I kind of fell off it. It's not bad. Knuckles didn't watch it. This one didn't watch it, but maybe when I'm bored, I will. This is all right. I can't say I hated it, but it didn't give me like these two are kind of the same position where it's like I didn't have strong a strong connection to it. I probably would have liked Tomb Raider more, honestly. Best sports racing. Don't play a lot of those. Yeah, I guess that's it. So it's not a lot. But it's gonna be a metaphor sweep. Metaphor sweep. Metaphor sweep. Alright, thank you for watching. It was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed watching the nonsense. I hope to see you next time. And guys, remember, only play the popular game. Don't check out other games that's dumb, stupid. Only the popular ones, because that's what real gamers do, obviously. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. As always,
Time to skedaddle on out of here.
time to leave. Bye.